I've got so many questions here on my stream and on my Twitter and pretty much everywhere, even Instagram, of just what characters do I want revealed in Smash Ultimate. And I'm going to be honest with you. The main character I wanted to be in Smash Ultimate is already in Ultimate, which is Ridley. I 100% did not expect it. That is why I freaked out so hard at, you know, the reveal trailer, because I honestly didn't expect him to actually be in, and then lo and behold, he is in. So that is my number one, and I want to talk about the 4 characters I still want, with one sleeper pick that you guys are probably not going to expect. And so this video actually gets even further broken down with 2 Echo Fighters and 2 main characters. So 2 characters that obviously will be based off of a different fighter, and then 2 characters that will be a brand new moveset, and everything can be invented from scratch. First off, I'm going to go for an Echo Fighter, and that is going to be Shadow the Hedgehog. I know a lot of people have been talking about Shadow, and you know, at first I didn't really know if he was actually going to be able to be in the game, because I feel like his kit and his abilities in the game were too different from Sonic. But then when Chrom was announced, and you can see that you can like kind of flip-flop moves, or you can have moves that aren't 100% accurate. One, it made me really worried about, you know, what Daisy's going to be, because we have like 0 footage of Daisy in the game, so we don't know what's going to be different about her than Peach, if anything is. But it made Shadow make a lot more sense. Instead of Spring, he can have Chaos Control. Instead of Spin, he can have, I don't know, maybe something from Shadow the Hedgehog, where he, I mean, obviously he does spin as well, so it's probably still going to be that. But, you know, his neutral B, instead of being homing attack, might be a gun, which would be an interesting thing. Sonic with a projectile sounds like really not a fun time. But, you know, I still think it would be very interesting. I really do like Shadow as a character, as the counterpart to Sonic. You know, he's not necessarily a villain, so it's not going to quite be the villain and hero thing that we've had in this game, because he's more like an anti-hero, because obviously Eggman would be the villain of the Sonic universe. But either way, I feel like Shadow would be pretty interesting. You know, obviously you'd have a lot of the same normals, but maybe, again, 1 or 2 things can be different. Instead of having, you know, his forward air be multi-hit, it's just 1 swing instead of his back air. Like, and again, things can send at different angles, have different properties, no sour spots, less sweet spots. I don't know exactly how it's going to be, because obviously you'd have to wait and see with that type of thing, because honestly we don't even have that much footage of any Echo Fighter other than Chrom and Lucina, which, like, Lucina we obviously already have experience with in Smash 4, same with Dark Pit. But I don't know, I feel like Shadow would be really interesting. You know, again, 2 Sonics seems kind of obnoxious, but also the direction they are taking Sonic in this game, where Spin Dash is worse, he's less defensive, he's more aggressive. Even if Sonic is a good character, I feel like he's going to be at least a lot more fun to play against, because he's not just going to be running away and baiting you to grab him over and over and over again, which is kind of how his Smash 4 style is, just very campy, very defensive. But in Ultimate, his spin and his defense went away, and now he's going to be able to play more aggressive if he's good, and if he's bad, I don't really mind that much anyway. For the first character I think that can be an original character, I'm going to put Geno. I absolutely love Geno so much. Super Mario RPG is one of my favorite games. You know, I played it on my Let's Play channel, Games Over Easy, and he's so cool, and the way his like kind of lore works would be really interesting in order to kind of come back in the game. Like, me and MBD were talking about it, and it's like, oh, maybe, you know, Luma is gonna die or something. There's gonna be a Rosa clip that's, you know, a cinematic, and then Luma dies and pops, and then there's a little star inside of the Luma, and then there's like twinkles, 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 and then comes back down, and suddenly, bam, Geno's here. Like, it'd be so cool. You know, I like the lore of, obviously, Mario RPG a lot. I think it would be very interesting if there's a story mode, which I think that second mode is a story mode, that the one that was kind of hidden, the spirit mode or whatever. I do think that is a story mode, or I actually might want to talk about that in a different video, because I do have a few theories about what spirits means, so I guess I can talk about that in a different video. But anyway, back to the point. Again, Geno gets so many equipments and has so many specials, I feel like it's going to be really easy to make a move. First off, obviously his normals can just kind of be like, oh, I'm using my body, I'm gonna punch, I'm gonna kick, I'm gonna spin with like his spiky coat. You know, he can like take it off his hat and throw it or something, I don't really know. Obviously his final smash would be either his final special move, I think that's like Geno Cannon or something like that, where like he shoots out a star and it like grows and blows up pretty much, or it can be Geno Whirl, which if you time it correctly does 9999 damage in Super Mario RPG, which is kind of a ridiculous thing. You know, Geno's kind of overpowered, you know, but obviously you do also have his equipment that you have. You have the star gun, you have the double fist, you have like the little random gun thing. There are so many possibilities for this character. You know, it did make sense that he was a Mii Gunner option in Smash 4, because honestly you can kind of customize. There are so many different things with the custom moves that it does make it feel like Geno, but maybe he'll be an Echo Fighter of Mii Gunner. That'd be really funny actually, but that would kind of be a disservice, because I do want him to be his own character. There are so many possibilities for his moves. Again, he has so much equipment in that game, he has so many specials. He can have Geno Boost, which would be like Wii Fit Trainer's deep breathing to like buff all of his stats. It would be so cool. I would be really excited for Geno. Again, I love that game. I love of everything. And plus, that means you would have Super Mario RPG music in Smash Ultimate. Granted, we have a lot of music already, and so many of it is good, so much of it is good. Just listening to all of the remixes that have been announced so far are all just like music to my ears, and I really hope they're available on the stages that we can play on in competition. But either way, I mean, I would really think that Super Mario RPG music would be a great addition to that, considering Super Mario RPG is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. The second Echo Fighter I want is going to be Banjo-Kazooie, because first off, I love that game, but I want to break his character down into two different sets. First off is going to be the Echo Fighter part, which is probably going to be as normal, as very similar to Duck Hunt Dog, except obviously he would be on two legs, so maybe he's like a little taller, and instead of like kicking, he might like go down and like punch them or something. I don't really know, but either way, there's many things you can do. Obviously, all the aerials, like up air and forward air and back air and down air, can all be the same because you're just kind of doing the same thing. And again, since Chrom showed that you can do different moves, you can also have a completely different special moveset. So instead of having just, you know, can and all those things, because that wouldn't make sense for Banjo-Kazooie, you could do things like the egg toss. Well, that could be his neutral B. You can have, when you go on Banjo-Kazooie's back, which would be just like a speedy neutral B, kind of like a Bowser Jr., and maybe it like has a hitbox if you run into it, because maybe it's like the invincible version, question mark? I don't really know. Like, as an animation, it obviously wouldn't be invincible. Obviously his up B wouldn't, it could be the same thing, or it could just be the general hop that you do, like the up B. I think it's like the red feather platform that you kind of just like whoosh, and then you like glide a little bit, so it'd be kind of good, but there are possibilities for it that aren't necessarily just an echo in completion. I mean, obviously this could be a brand new character as well, but I think they would base it off of Duck Hunt's at least, you know, A moves, his jabs, his tilts, his, you know, aerials, maybe not his smash attacks, but at the same time that can just be like the three eggs one way or the other, or like the pooping the eggs one way. I don't know, I can just be really excited for this character. I like Banjo-Kazooie, and again, that would mean, similar to what I said about Geno, that the OST of Banjo-Kazooie is potentially available in Smash Ultimate, and that would be absolutely fantastic, because the more music, the merrier, and all music from those games is so good. The old day music is like the N64 / the SNES music is just so good. It's amazing. I love all of it, but I just think he could be a very interesting character. You know, if you don't want to, maybe he's like slightly less trap heavy, so you don't have to have like a super big brain. I don't know. I feel like a rushdown kind of Duck Hunt would be interesting as opposed to a trap based Duck Hunt, because you can hit them with some of your normals, then like jump, throw an egg, and then kind of run at them and trap them. Again, I guess Duck Hunt does have some of those traps, but I don't know. I feel like Banjo just has so many possibilities if he was an Echo Fighter, or even just a main character, but I would still bet him being an Echo Fighter of Duck Hunt first. And last but certainly not least, my sleeper pick for Smash Ultimate is going to be Maxwell from Scribblenauts. So for those of you that haven't played Scribblenauts, because it's kind of like a low-key game, it's a game where you're supposed to be solving puzzles by like helping people or doing something, and you can write down any single word that you can think of and just make that item and then help solve the problem. And that obviously can have so much potential for a moveset. You can literally have anything. He can have a sword, he can have a boxing glove, he can summon Cthulhu and God. He can literally summon, I think, Jesus or God. I think it's like not theistic. So like you just say God and it summons something. You can summon Cthulhu, you can summon a devil, you can summon a giant tidal wave that kills everything, or a nuclear explosion that just blows up the entire world. You lose because of it, but like you can do so many things. I feel like it would be so interesting to put Maxwell in the game, because obviously he can have, you know, his jabs, he can be using his own body, but then it's like, oh, forward smash, okay, make a sword, you know, swipe it, oh, you're up smash, it's like, okay, you know, have a rocket, shoot it up, oh, you're down smash, like as I mentioned, boxing gloves, where you just kind of go like, bah, and you just like hit both people. His special moves can be anything you want. You know, he can make butterfly wings on himself so he can fly up and he would have a recovery. You can have a grappling hook for like, he can have his air, because whatever, like you can technically make that in the game. You can do anything you want. You can make a car, you can make so many things, and I feel like just the possibilities of that would be absolutely endless from a creator's perspective, but I do feel like he would still have a very interesting kit that would still make it feel like it's him, because I mean, obviously he runs really fast in this game, he jumps really fast in this game. Imagine being able to like put adjectives on your opponent so you make them like poisoned, and then suddenly they're slowly taking damage or like losing speed or things like that. I mean, I doubt that would be possible, but that would be so cool. I really want Maxwell in the game. Scribblenauts is low-key one of my favorite games to come out in the past like 10 or so years, just like the series. I love Scribblenauts so much. It's just so much fun, so much just like joy and innocent, and then you can have like God and Cthulhu fight each other, which is really funny to me. And yeah, I mean, that's going to be about it. Who do you expect to be in Smash Ultimate? Because I know I've seen the Goku things, but I didn't want to be that crazy, although I do think it's somewhat possible, because man, that DK scene was too similar. That DK scene was too similar, but I'm not going to delve into that. If you're curious, I'm sure you can Google it. And yeah, that is going to be about it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.